Good evening. Welcome to Grumpy Patriot One. I'm Terry, and it's night before the big election tomorrow. I just want to jump on here and say a few things. What's seriously going on right now is a bunch of lies, a bunch of anger, a bunch of hatred. Uh, I've been watching a lot of the speeches and rallies from both candidates in the last few weeks, and it's just very apparent to me that Donald Trump wants to fix this country because this country is a mess right now. Kamala Harris, she was not elected as the Democratic candidate. She was basically installed because she had never, ever won any delegates in 2020 or 2024. When Biden decided to get out of the race, they basically chose Kamala Harris. They didn't open it up to have primaries or anything to let the Democratic voters vote for her. So she's just basically never won anything as far as the presidential race, period. Now, a lot of people are saying that, she's a great hope for this country, younger leader, fresh ideas. No, her ideas are not fresh. She's just backtracking on some of the things she's said in the past, like fracking. She has said in years past that she was totally against fracking and would ban it. She would have mandatory firearm buybacks. She's also said that, she would secure the border. Well, like I've said in previous videos, she's had the opportunity because she's been the vice president for the last 3.5 years. And as far as her saying, nah, she's not going to ban guns, she's not going to ban fracking. Well, Mr. Socialist himself, Bernie Sanders, came out in an interview on one of the fake news networks. I don't know whether it's CNN or MSNBC, that she was not changing her beliefs or her ideas or her ideals. She's basically saying what she needed to say to get votes. And to me, that's false. I mean, that's the best way to put it is she's a liar. Because if you say one thing, you can't suddenly turn around and change your ideas. She's all about making things great for all these illegal immigrants that have came into this country illegally. Because one of the laws on the books in this country is if you cross the border, then you've broken the law. So they are illegal. They're lawbreakers. Now, whether they're good people, honest people, hardworking people, that's neither here nor there. They broke the law coming into this country illegally. Now, if they want to return to their homeland and go through the process legally, then by all means, please do so. If you do it legally, then welcome to America. But if you're here just for the all the freebies the Democratic Party and the current administration are giving you, I'm sorry, that's our tax dollars, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. We have no choice and no say in where our tax dollars go. So to me, that's illegal in itself. Now, a lot of these people in this current administration have violated their oath of office, which is borderline treason. You say what you will about it. If you take an oath of office, you stand by that oath of office. You do everything required to uphold that oath of office. Every person that joins the military, they take an oath and they uphold that oath. I took that oath myself. As you can see, I'm rocking my Air Force hat tonight. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. And all these so-called news personalities or journalists on all these different networks, they are losing their freaking minds. That Morning Joe show, that Joe and Mika, who, you know, they're jokes. They are nothing but pure hatred, period. A lot of the other ones on ABC, NBC, CBS, they're haters. Now, if you're going to be a fair and honest journalist, you listen to both sides. You don't take sides, no matter what you feel personally. If you're going to get on air and give your viewpoints, that's wrong. You keep your viewpoints to yourself. You know, they're yours. Nobody has any business knowing them. But when you want to try and influence people that are watching your program, that's wrong. And you've got all these so-called entertainers that are stumping and appearing with Kamala Harris. Well, the biggest joke I saw was Beyonce appeared with Harris in Houston a week or two ago. You know, everybody, they were led to, you know, people that attended the rally were led to believe that they were going to hear a couple songs from Beyonce. Well, they got cold water through in their face real quick. She spoke for a few minutes and then left the stage. And what happened? Well, she got booed, Kamala Harris got booed, and people were lied to again. And you got you got Julia Roberts and Jennifer Garner and George Clooney, all these people that are not really relevant in Hollywood anymore. Hello. Are you getting paid that much money to support and appear with Harris? Bradley Whitford, he appeared with Obama a few weeks ago. Bradley Whitford, and I don't mean the bassist from Aerosmith, or the rhythm guitarist from Aerosmith. Yeah, let me get my entertainers right. This Bradley Whitford, he appeared on that show, The West Wing, several years ago. Tell me why his opinion is relevant to anybody? You know, Taylor Swift. I mean, a lot of people out there like Taylor Swift. Me personally, I don't like her. I don't like her musical style. I don't like her values or viewpoints. But that's just me. But, you know, she supports Kamala, and a lot of her songs were about making the wrong choices in life. So, you know, there you go. There's that. But me personally, I don't care about what so-called celebrities or entertainers, what their viewpoints are on something like a presidential election. I listen, I watch, I read, I learn, I form my own opinion. I have my own viewpoint. I'm not going to listen to some overpaid actor tell me what I should believe and what I shouldn't believe and who's best or who's not best. So, you know, all I got to say is, people, do your research. You know, take the time, make the effort to learn, listen, read, watch. Make your own viewpoint from there, from your own research, not from what some overpaid celebrity that does not care one iota about you have to say about it. Because in the long run, they don't care about you. They only care what's best for them. Kamala Harris says that Donald Trump is all about himself. Really? When did all this legal warfare start? It's when Donald Trump came out and said he was going to run again in 2024. That's when they started coming up with all these cases against Donald Trump. They're using the justice system to try and put him in prison, trying to bankrupt him. It's all about the people, the elites, retaining power. There's an old saying, power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You're seeing a good example of that right now, because these people do not care about the American people. All they care about is themselves, their power, their global agenda. Some of the big thinkers in the World Economic Forum, or whatever it is, have came out and said if Donald Trump wins the election tomorrow, that it'll probably be the death of the global agenda. And I say good. I care about America first. Now, if we help other countries along the way, that's great. But we need to take care of America first. Because if we don't take care of America and Americans first, we're nothing. We will have nothing. And me personally, I'm not going to live my life according to some fat cat liberal socialist, what they think I should do and shouldn't do and how I should live. No, I'm going to live my life the way I see fit. Bottom line. And if they come and try and harm my family or harm me or, take my property, I'm going medieval. Bottom line. I have a dark side. And that dark side will come out. And it will come out very, very, very hard. I will take care of my family. Period. So, and as far as taxes go, Donald Trump's not going to raise taxes. Kamala Harris has already said she wants to raise taxes. If you look at the statistics, the richest people in this country pay the most in taxes. Yeah, it might be the same percentage that everybody else pays, but you do the math, and I don't mean this new math. You do the math, and you'll see that they pay more in taxes than what the average American does. Donald Trump wants to cut taxes. Donald Trump wants to cut, make it no tax on tips for people in the service industries. He wants to do away with income tax for Social Security, which is a darn good thing because the seniors in this country are on fixed incomes. They only get what they get every month from Social Security and what the Social Security says they can have every year for a cost of living increase. Well, if you'd have kept the Democrats out of the Social Security fund years ago, then Social Security wouldn't be facing some of the issues it is now. They need to pay that money back into the Social Security fund that they robbed out for their little pet projects. As far as the tariffs go, some economists have said that tariffs are a bad idea. Tariffs will ruin this country. No, it won't. Like I said in my last video, tariffs will force all these countries that have been cheating us for years and years and years to play fair. And it will also bring more income into this country to pay down the debt and not have to worry about raising taxes. And as far as, the energy goes and inflation, well, the Democrats were printing money like there was no tomorrow. They were just printing and printing and printing and printing and putting the money into circulation just so they could try and prop up the economy. Well, it worked for a little while. Back there during the days of the scamdemic. And that's part of the inflation problem now. Energy. Energy is a big part of inflation, because if you have to pay more for energy, and I know I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, if you have to keep paying more for energy to make a product or to transport that product and to keep that product stored properly in a warehouse or a store, and energy costs more for the store, then yeah, prices are going up. And the grocery stores do not make that much of a profit off of, they only operate on like a 1.6% profit margin. That's been well documented online, on the internet, and over the airwaves. So anybody that wants to blame the stores for price gouging, well, in this case, it's not price gouging. Now, you bring down the cost of energy for the people that manufacture, and bring down the cost of energy for transportation, and transportation for the American people, price, the gas pump price, then, things are going to start coming back down. But these policies that are in effect right now, and all these regulations with this current administration, have to go. Government has to be downsized. This is pretty much non-negotiable if we want to survive as a country, because Kamala Harris and the jokers that are pulling her puppet strings, they don't care about the American people. They don't care about America. All they care about is their agenda, period. And you have all these disgruntled Republicans coming out against Donald Trump, like Liz Cheney. I've seen several rallies where Liz Cheney's been with Kamala Harris. She looks like a person that has been eating a bowl full of sour lemons. She looks totally miserable. And if you think if you're going to support somebody openly and, and wholeheartedly, you'd think you'd look a little bit happier. And as far as this John Kelly goes, he's a retired Marine Corps general. Well, thank you for your service, but you got fired from your position, so now you're slamming your former boss that fired you. It happens every day. Somebody gets fired from a job, what do? They go out and slam their former employer or former boss, whatever. Happens every day. So it's no different with this case. Mark Milley, yeah, he slammed Trump. He was the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Yeah, he slammed Trump. Why is that? Because he's afraid Donald Trump gets elected. Donald Trump's going to hold his feet to the fire over the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal, because he was in charge of the military. So it falls at his feet. It falls at Kamala Harris's feet. It falls at Joe Biden's feet. Joe Biden made the decision to pull out like that. Kamala Harris was the last one in the room, as she likes to say, and she wholeheartedly agreed with his decision. Well, you made the wrong decision. You cost 13 American lives, not to mention all the equipment that was lost, and all the American citizens are still over there and can't get out right now. And you got this country of Iran that are, they reportedly have hit squads out in the United States trying to get to Donald Trump. They're afraid that Donald Trump will put the sanctions back in place on them, and they're going to be broke again, which they should be. The only reason they're able to fund their little puppet terrorist organizations like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis is because Biden and Harris pulled the sanctions, and they started selling oil to Russia and China and Europe. Money started flowing in again. Well, put the sanctions back in place, and maybe they'll be willing to play ball and play nice with the rest of the world. But this country, we start drilling again, we start fracking again, we start producing oil, natural gas. We can supply Europe, we can supply other countries in this world and not have to buy the junk oil and stuff that we get from that crap hole of a country, Venezuela. I'm not knocking the Venezuelan people. I'm knocking their government. They're socialists. So we take care of our own. We produce our own. We bring manufacturing back to this country. We put things in place to make the rest of the world play fair and do right by us, fairly, evenly, good for both sides, win-win, all the cliches. So that's all I've got to say about that. But I would like to say that tomorrow is election day, and people, please go vote. And when you go vote, please make the right choice. And let's make this country great again. Let's make this country the bright shining light on the hill again. And let's stop all the madness and the chaos in this country. It's crazy. Hope you all have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you on the next one.